Yeah, this seems like it's a string trimmer job, but our string trimmer won't cut through things that thick. That's a different review. Hi, I'm Torch the Adjacent Prepper. Welcome to my channel. This is the review of the Greenworks 24 volt whatever hedge trimmer. Now, I find unboxing videos lame, so let's get rid of that. Good, I didn't hit the box right. So, what comes in the box? You get the tool. It's got a cover for the blade part. That's kind of cool. You get the manual for the tool. You get this sheet, which makes absolutely no sense, which is a bunch of pictures of the tool and numbers. Like, you've got what seems like a diagram where it's pointing out different pieces of it with numbers, but it doesn't explain what any of the numbers are. It doesn't seem to be a sheet that fell out of the manual, so I don't get it. You also get the battery charger, which has its own manual, because, like, plugging the battery in is too complicated for some people. I don't know. It is actually a cool charger. We'll talk about that more later. And you get the battery, which is a 24 volt, 2 amp hour battery, which is kind of cool. It does have a button on the front that you can push, and it tells you how much charge is left. And of course, you get a manual for the battery, in case you couldn't figure out how to plug a battery in. It can only go one way. And you get an insert telling you all of the tools this battery is compatible with, along with all of the other models of battery that are compatible with those tools. And all of the chargers. And I have no idea why they give you this warning sheet, because it's actually not complete. There's other tools that use these same batteries in the Greenworks line. Now, I haven't used this very much, but I wanted to make a quick intro video for my review, because if you listen to this thing, battery just slides into the bottom. It's got a fairly standard pull back the thumb safety, and then squeeze the whole grip to make it start, and listen to this. That is the cheesiest sounding motor I think I've ever heard. So I don't know how long this thing's going to last, but I wanted to make an intro video before I actually use the tool a whole lot, because frankly, if it breaks, you won't be able to hear the cheesiness. One thing I will say that I really dislike about this tool is, in order to start it, you actually squeeze the entire grip. Like, from this whole length is the trigger. Now, if they had made a trigger that uses just one finger, that would be wonderful. Because if you're using this tool two-handed, like I'm holding it, you pull back on the safety, squeeze the grip, it starts, runs fine. Now, if you're like me, and this thing's kind of light, where you start it, reach out, so you can use it one-handed like that, you have a slight problem in that you can't turn the tool off, because your hand that's like holding the tool is also holding the trigger. And my other trimmers are like that too, but seriously, Greenworks, if you actually watch my video with, my channel with my 6 subscribers, make your tool so you have just a single finger trigger. That way I can hold it with one hand, pull the trigger, release the trigger, and have the tool stop. Because at the moment, if I'm holding it with one hand, I have no way to turn this thing off. If I release one finger, I still have 3 fingers holding the trigger down. Kind of a bad design. Now, if you happen to have a hedge that you're planning to trim, this does have a nice feature of being able to rotate the grip. So you can go sideways easily with this thing. It seems to only lock in at 90 degrees. I don't know, it doesn't matter to me much. I'm mostly using this to clear brush, so things that are too small for the chainsaw. And for those of you who may have seen my chainsaw video review, where I mentioned the battery compatibility, you may be wondering why I've got a 24 volt trimmer here instead of a 40 volt, since I've got a 40 volt chainsaw and a 40 volt string trimmer. Well, I ordered a 40 volt brush trimmer, and Amazon shipped me the wrong one. And I returned it, and they replaced it with another 24 volt Hedge trimmer. And I called them, and I returned it, and I ordered it again, and I got another 24 volt. So the nice thing was, when they called me, they gave me $30 off on reordering. So when I thought I was ordering a 40 volt Hedge trimmer with no battery, because I already had batteries, they ended up sending me a 24 volt Hedge trimmer with a battery and a charger. Not expecting those. And they gave me $30 off because of all the problems. So for 20 bucks, I'll use it till it dies. But enough of me talking, let's go cut stuff. Yeah, you can. Yeah. I don't actually have a hedge I can cut with a hedge trimmer, but I've got all the random brush from the compost heap, things that have already been cleared. So let's just cut it, see how it goes. And it's 45 degrees out here, so this is kind of, see how the lithium battery likes the cold. I don't like the cold. Yeah, I won't complain if it doesn't like it either. So, is it worth it? I don't know. I'm going to get a whole lot of use out of it. Given that I got it at half off, it's kind of hard to argue with half off. It seems to cut anything up to about a ½ inch just fine. So it kind of fills that gap between a chainsaw and a string trimmer. It's great for little stuff, brush, weeds. I've got all sorts of little thorn vines growing over there. This thing will cut them just fine. Overall, I'm happy with the tool. Is it worth $60 retail? I don't know. Is it worth the $20 I got it for? 30, whatever it was. Absolutely.
to my great surprise, of course I can't get this in on camera. To my great surprise, it still works, even with that tinny little motor, and cuts just fine. I've seen some reviews online about the teeth getting caught, and actually like coming apart and the whole thing jamming up. All of the teeth look fine to me. Like both sides of the cutting surfaces, nothing's dinged. Yeah, like if you look close, there's nothing in there that looks like it's a problem. Other than, and of course that doesn't want to come off on camera. So overall, I'm happy with my half-off purchase. I probably would have been happier if they sent me the 40-volt tool I originally ordered, but hey, at the price, no complaints.